Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Now, furious Paul Kagame has come out to respond to a journalist interviewing him at Semaphore conference. And what I saw, in accordance to the video that I want to display in this analysis, is that Paul Kagame are among those African presidents that has come out very clear, very elaborate, to ultimately give his opinion towards the citizens of Rwanda. And when I just listened to that speech, and of course the response of Paul Kagame, it is a true indication that African presidents must be firm. And this is the video of Paul Kagame. I want you to watch that video, then we continue to interact on that video. Watch that video, then we continue.
Here, I raised the U.S.-China issue and said, Steve, U.S.-China are important, et cetera, we can deal with them, but, Rwanda has its own story. If you go to an American in Oklahoma, Alabama, anywhere who may not be tuning in right now and said, what do you think about Rwanda? For them, the frame is probably about the genocide. That's what they last know and remember. Others, we see a lot of coverage of you. See, the Paul Kagame story is one where some people look at you as a liberator, a savior. Other people look at you as a strong man, who wants to keep his job a long time. What is the Rwanda story that you want Americans to know, others from the continent to know? What is the proactive Paul Kagame agenda that you put on the table?
Rwanda is not just a statistic. We are there, we exist. And we have to make sure Rwandans live their lives the way they have chosen to, not being dictated to by anyone. Whatever problems Rwanda has, so do these other countries, big or small, have their own problems. I can't be dealing with my problems and allow you to bring on top of that your own problems. So I have to deal with my problems the way the people of the country have chosen. And of course, mindful of the fact that there is no country that lives on its own or stands alone. It's not an island. We relate with others. We have to relate with others. There's no question about it. We have to listen to other people, what they say about us. And we must tell other people what we think about ourselves and what we want to do for ourselves. So in that interaction, that's where we all benefit. I can't be there. In fact, if you look at even our own history, the many problems the country had, many would attribute that history to external factors. They talk about colonial times and what happened and so on and so forth. For us today, we are not there. We've left that behind us. Mm-hmm. What happened in the past happened. We learned lessons, but you have to look more to the future than to be caught up in the blame game of who did what to us in the past. Now we are there.
So it is very clear. Paul Kagame has come out to allege that there are certain West and East countries that are informed of trying to cheat us or lie to us, that they are assisting Africa, but they are bringing their problems over our problems. So to President of Rwanda, Paul Kagame, has come out to say, we as Africans, we know better Africa more even than those West and East countries that are trying to come and explain for us how Africa is. Furthermore, he has come out to say, we as African countries, we need these developed countries for a collaboration or to support each other. But again, the warning that is giving out is that you cannot bring your problems, you as West and East countries, to at least you are showing like you are solving our problems, but you are adding your problems to our problems. I watched also a speech of the Ghanaian president. It was very smart. It was very elaborate. And I want to say this is the leadership that we need in Africa, that will stand strong, telling the West and East countries that, look, Africa is our business. As long as we collaborate, we respect you and we assist each other, because you are developed, you must not exploit us to show us like our problems is so much severe and even we cannot solve it. The Ghanaian president came out telling us that it has come to our realization that Africa must now come out to know how to solve their issues when it comes to hunger, when it comes to drought, when it comes to flood, and those calamities. It is not a business day in, day out. Every month, every year, we complain and we beg for assistance. What these African leaders are telling us, it has reached at a point, despite of these West and East countries are supporting us because they are developed, we must also know how we can develop our Africa. One thing that I have realized, West and East countries are so much addressing us at large in African way. But there are certain superpower countries like China, they always address us single country. They always don't address Africa at large. But when you look at US, they always generalize Africa. But when it comes to China, they always singularize. They always singularize these countries. When they want to deal with Kenya, they deal with Kenya. When they want to deal with Morocco, they deal with Morocco. When they want to deal with Ghana, they deal with Ghana. But this point of Paul Kagame has shown us, we as Kenyans, that our president must stop begging. He must come out also, that despite we need assistance and to upgrade and to have collaboration with West and East countries, we must also be able to depend on ourselves. Let us not beg. We as Africa is our business. Africa is everything that we do. As long as we need assistance, but also we must show off that we have the strength, we can be independent without begging, we can solve the issues of calamities, we can solve the issues of flood, we can solve this issue of drought as Angus are so concerned, we can control our political issues, social issues, and economical issues. That is what Paul Kagame is telling us. And it is very clear that Africa is standing strong, that we cannot be exploited again. We must be respected. Ladies and gentlemen, what are your thoughts? Drop your opinion at the comment section below. Otherwise, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment this video. Bye bye till you meet on another video.